It's a training course that will break even the toughest. Those who survive will join an elite brotherhood within the Singapore Armed Forces.
I say no man left behind, right? You don't understand, right?
For the first time ever, our cameras are given unprecedented access into a year-long exercise. That turns boys into commandos. The journey to join the Singapore Armed Forces Commandos begins here. Each year, this training institute welcomes new blood. Singapore has a universal conscription system, but only a select few will come through these doors.
Enlisting, just turn right, then go into the foyer in the middle. There will be a chair on the...
Alright.
Stepping into the great unknown is recruit Brian Theo.
The feeling when I went inside the camp, it's like entering a different area, like a new life. These next 2 years is going to be very different. Like nothing, it will never be the same after that, you know. Like even if you come out after it, all of them will train you, and like your mentality, everything will be different. So yeah, that thought scares me. Like if they mold me into something I don't want to be.
On day one, loss and confusion are common sentiments. But for one recruit at least, there is no room for uncertainty.
Oh, excited or not? Yeah. This is the commando, you should be very proud, okay?
Edwin Lau's parents are both serving in the force, and he's the first son of the family to make the commandos.
Because my father is in the army, so I have a little bit of pressure that I wish that I can do well and make my father proud. Even before army, I'm already prepared for this. I'm the kind of person that listens to order. I will not try to be defiant or anything. And also, I'm able to take dirtiness or hardship. I'm also not afraid of insects or anything. So, all these little things that those pampered kids might not be able to adjust. I'm already tuned to it.
To qualify for commando training, recruits must first complete 3 months of basic training known as the BMT phase.
Okay, come, move, let's go. Okay, sit down, look at your guys to your left, to your right, get to know each other. These are the people you're going to work with for the next 3 months.
Right off the bat, instructors lay down some ground rules.
Where are my smokers? Hands up.
Last thing for you.
Listen up. The cigarette, we do not want. No smoking in this course.
But not everybody is taking the news too well.
From the time that they say that we have to surrender our contraband, for me it would be my cigarettes. It was hard for me. I'm not addicted to it, but it's just like, how to say, it's something that you usually would do. Then it's like you're taking it out of your comfort zone. But Commandos, I should have expected this, because it's zero tolerance.
Discipline has never been a strong suit for recruit Piranesh.
Your serial number is Alpha 25.
But he's here to prove that he can change that.
There's a general statement saying that like army makes boys into men. Personally, I don't have to prove anything to anyone, but I have to prove something to myself.
On the other side of camp, the instructors are trying a softer approach with these anxious parents.
Okay, this is the place where your son will be staying. It's an 18-man bunk. Currently, there's only 15 guys staying here. Well, the room is equipped, I think, well and good. King coil mattress compared to last time when we sleep on the tilam. When we first enter army, we have to fold the bed sheet and make sure it doesn't, the coin doesn't fall off, all these things. Right now, it's a lot better.
Then how about the washing of toilet? Those days we watch.
Yes, now they watch.
Very good. They must watch, learn how to survive on their own. True, true.
Entering the army is the first time most boys leave the nest.
This is the area where we deal with emergency cases.
And commando training has a steely reputation for being one of the toughest in the military.
Emergency trolley with all the necessary resuscitation drugs should a person fall unconscious.
Injury or medical reasons mean that not everyone will make the cut. So when a son joins the Commandos, it's an emotional time for everyone.
His training will be demanding, but it will help to build up his perseverance and character.
I distinctly remember the day I joined the army. I would say it was a very daunting experience because throughout the time you were shouted at and you expected to move at the moment an order was given, and that was totally not something that you had experienced prior to that. The enlistment for us today, I think, has rightly evolved to a place of celebration. A day that, look, I'm going to be sending this boy now, and the SF in the army is going to mold him, strengthen him, and develop in him certain values.
Recruits, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, holder of NRIC number,
having entered the service of the Republic of Singapore.
Singaporean men have been called upon to defend their country ever since its independence. The mid-1960s was a volatile time for the new nation. From Indonesia, the threat of konfrontasi remained. Communism was rife in Southeast Asia, and the Vietnam War was intensifying. With almost no security force of its own, the Singapore government ordered a quick build-up of a citizen army. At the same time, a secret plan nicknamed Project Toothpick was set in motion, recruiting the best soldiers into a special outfit capable of responding to unconventional threats. This unit later became the Commandos.
I will preserve and protect the honor and independence of the Republic of Singapore with my life.
This tradition continues till today. From father to son, all 18-year-old males are required to serve 2 years in the armed forces. That duty begins now for the 250 commando hopefuls, as they bid their families a bittersweet goodbye. 250 recruits stand at the threshold to be groomed for Singapore's toughest force. But within minutes of arriving, recruit Brian Theo had begun having doubts if military life is for him.
Oh, any questions?
Oh.
His first surprise will be waiting in the bunks.
Brian?
55, 56.
Yeah, 56 will be there. Yan Ming on top, Amos below.
There was this person I saw when I came in. I mean, the moment I saw him, I know our frequency a bit different. So like I was like thinking, I just hope we don't same bunk, same deck. But then when we came, right, he was in the same detachment as me. Never mind. I thought it was okay, won't be my buddy. So I'm here. Who is 57? Who? Oh, you are? Okay. Okay. Alright. So we buddy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, steady. Let's go. Oh my god. The moment I saw my buddy, I knew I didn't have the connection with him.
Despite his reservations, Brian doesn't have much of a say. Lesson number 1, in the military there are orders that must be followed. And so the transformation begins. Over the course of the day, recruits will shed all aspects of their old lives. Their personal possessions are first to go.
Okay, now we are going to go back to bunk and check all your equipment once more.
When we collected our bags, I was just thinking, 2 years of my life is going to be inside this bag. So it's like, how can 2 years fit inside this bag?
First, check your name. After check the name, check the size. After that, take out one piece, wear it on.
You know, you really have to switch mindset and realize that, like simple things like laundry is not going to do itself. So at that moment, like, we all were complaining, like, our boots is gonna hurt, you know, the shirt is not gonna fit and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, we're not here for like some model show. We are all going to wear the same shirt. We're all going to do the same thing.
Next on the list is the dreaded haircut. Like many armies around the world, the SAF enforces a cleanly shaved head as the standard haircut for recruits. It portrays an image of discipline and conformity.
Haircut, you will pay $2. Okay, prepare our money.
Can we all go in a few seconds? This is the first time in a long time I've been shaved bald. It's a new experience, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but the feeling's good, yeah. I do wonder whether it looks ridiculous or whatever not. It's all gone. You're really keeping it? Maybe a bit.
These recruits will be known collectively as Bravo Company, placed under the charge of Officer Commanding Francis Lee.
One of my roles is to ensure that first few days of enlistment, the boys transit seamlessly into the military life as quick as possible. The first transition they're going to face is freedom, being asked and told to do this, do that.
Do everything as a whole. So while the rest not ready, you all just stand up straight and wait for them.
Subsequently, they'll lose all the comforts that they have at home, aircon, nice beds, nice food, and everything is controlled. They also will lose control over the time they manage themselves. We dictate what time they shower, what time they eat.
The transition will not be easy for everyone. On day one, instructors are careful to focus on any personal problems that recruits could face during training.
The survey form that the recruits fill in on the first night help us identify soldiers facing some issues. We want them to settle down and focus on the training ahead, rather than thinking of what are the problems back at home. Our aim here is to transform civilian into first-class soldier. Of course, this don't come just off the shelf. There's tough training. There's also going to be a lot of sacrifices.
Perhaps the biggest sacrifice is being away from home. For the next 3 weeks, the boys won't get to see their loved ones. So the instructors are giving them time for a quick phone call.
For tonight, what we'll do, we'll consume our night snack here, and then you may start to do your phone call.
Yeah, the bunk all look very comfortable.
Hi, Auntie 静怡在吗？吃饱饭，刚吃完 supper， 然后进去就给 instructions 那些啦，然后又剃我的头发，不会讨厌死。The first person that I talked to on the first day was to my girlfriend. I just want to assure her that everything's alright in camp, so she don't have to worry. She's studying her university and there's a lot of things going on. Normally I help her out and encourage her and motivate her. But right now I'm not there for her and she's feeling really very down.
Despite his desire to join the Commandos, Edison Hon is here with a heavy heart.
你就好好把你的东西读完了，我就好好自己 train， 然后29号出来就会变大只了。
Do not attempt to use your phone in the night when you're supposed to sleep, when you're supposed to have that 7 hours of uninterrupted rest.
Do you use our phone?
Can we? Like now, battery is very
About 3 wires, 2 portable chargers.
Just back to the
2 phones. In case my iPhone runs out, then I can use the Nokia phone. I also heard that people confiscate the chargers, so I brought 3 chargers in case they want to take. They can take 1. I'm just going to hide the other 2. I just want to be contactable, so just trying to find a loophole.
While Edison doesn't mind breaking a few rules, the trainers have different ideas. And true enough, they make a surprise bunk visit.
Okay, one more thing, listen up. Surrender all our charges. Okay, you are not allowed to charge until I got further notice. 5,
6, 7, 8, 9.
In the spirit of embracing new beginnings, Piranesh decides to turn in his contraband.
Within these 3 weeks, it's like your own personal cold turkey treatment. Okay, to be honest, I don't really have that much of a qualification in education. I did higher NITEC, but my GPA wasn't high enough to go into poly. But NS is giving an opportunity to sign on and all these things. It's lucky that I got into Commandos in the first place, so I'm trying to treasure it.
9 p.m. Bravo Company has made it to the end of the day. With an hour to lights out, there's time to reflect.
Before the course, my father actually gave me a few tips. Tips like, if I want to go leaders course, I must actually excel and I must step up at times and do well. Hopefully I can go into leaders course with the guidance of my father.
As part of their commando journey, recruits are welcome to communicate freely with the trainers through their daily journals. No holds barred.
You always want to write.
Yes, good lah. Like I'm not used to this shit like you.
Wow. Okay. Today. You don't really think this is happening. Like, you know, like previous day you were just like relaxing, but then like suddenly you're entering a bunk, you have to share room with so many people. But I really wanted to like, you know, experience like, you know, kind of bunk feeling, like all very close, like you all made a lot of memories kind of thing. So I had that thought in mind, which is going quite well. Brother, okay, right.
Hey, Commando is 2M or 1M?
Walao, the 9 AM, I see.
It's 1M or 2M?
Commando
Commando is 1M or 2M?
What are you talking?
The spelling.
2M.
No, it looks funny, eh?
Great.
I think it's 1M.
Okay lah.
You got 15 more minutes for lights off.
Okay, alarm set 12:40. Let's see what happens tomorrow morning. 2, 1.
Day 2 of basic military training of the Singapore Commandos. A typical day begins at 5 a.m. and apparently that takes a bit of getting used to.
Deck 4. Deck 3 is not waking up. Can just go ahead and call them.
Starting today, Bravo Company will learn a new routine.
Motors up! Motors up! Loyalty to country! Loyalty to country! Leadership! Leadership! Discipline! Discipline! Honor and glory!
The famous words of the Commandos motto is a reminder of the duty to the unit and country. But the very first Commandos had neither a sign nor a name. In 1965, Major Clarence Tan was recalled from the Malaysian Special Service Unit and tasked to build a new outfit of elite troops on the home front.
The recruitment was very challenging, I would say. With perception of what it entails, let alone a unit's name.
This secretive unit would train to do what no regular army could: raid, sabotage, and guerrilla warfare.
We take anyone regardless of the vocation or the education qualification and put them to a physical test. I believe that we can train soldiers with little education. It is a can-do spirit and a never-say-die attitude.
The unit went from strength to strength. By July 1971, it had more than 50 men and was renamed the 1st Commando Battalion.
Our company is.
This morning, we're going to conduct an orientation walk.
Today, this elite force is looking only for the best to join their ranks.
Okay, stop. Over here, the survival village. There will be some animal. Okay, then you require the fuel.
Look at the mock-up perfumer. That's where we do a lot of airborne exercises.
You can see this whole stretch down the road is your IOC individual obstacle course.
For the 250 recruits of Bravo Company, there is no turning back.
What do you see in front of you? That is freedom, freedom. All hands up, can see. Don't break, cut, and then escape, understand?
In week 1, a series of tests await the new recruits. The first criteria for becoming a commando is physical fitness.
Go!
And it is measured by the Individual Physical Proficiency Test, or IPPT.
5.
Commandos must meet higher standards than the rest of the SAF.
15.
Already, some of the boys are getting a brutal reality check.
100 meters. Go!
But one recruit will face his biggest nemesis.
Provision about the buzzer.
I used to be able to do channel, but because I had an injury, so I cannot really pull anymore. But I recovered from it already. Since then, I'm not able to pull. I mean, no matter how I try.
Which can also. Position development buzzer. Smile.
I want to be part of here, the Commandos. I want to earn my pass to actually stay here.
If recruits don't pass their fitness test by the end of the 3-month BMT, their commando journey might be over. Next time on Commandos, as training toughens, recruits put their best foot forward. But one fails to impress.
You need to change his attitude, or rather how he talk to superior.
And some face their biggest fears.
The moment I was standing on the edge of the platform, everything started to change.